Jenny Jen, the plant friend. So I want to welcome you guys to my channel. If this is your first time clicking on my videos, thank you. I hope you make it to the end. If you are a subscriber, I really appreciate you. Thanks for always supporting me and always coming back and watching my videos. Please like, subscribe, comment at the bottom, at the end. I'll remind you, of course. Also, just want to let you guys know that I am on Instagram at Jenny Jen the Plant Friend, and I post something every day. And so some pictures, maybe a reel, something fun over there. So check me out over there. Anyway, let's just get into this video. So today's video, I am going to be sharing my rare Caudex plants. So I think it was last year, because this is the first one I got. So actually, wow. December 2nd of 2020, I got my first Caudex plant. And I've had a journey with the Caudex plants. And for those of you who don't know what a Caudex plant is, I'll just show you a small one real quick. But they are these little potato-looking plants that retain water in their stump and grows different leaves. You have different forms. I have 5 here that I want to show you. I ordered another one from Thailand, but it was confiscated in Jamaica, Queens, New York. They did not allow it into the US. And so I received an empty box. And that happened last July, I think it was. But for the most part, when I order, I do receive my plants. But that's the only one that I did not receive. And they insisted that they sent it. When I went back on the website, of course, they were no longer there. And so it wasn't tremendously expensive, but you just don't want to pay for something and not receive a product. Anyway, I digress. So let's get into this video. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Again, Caudex plants, and I have some notes here because who can remember all of this? Caudex plants are characterized by their fat, stout stem or root, which sits above the soil. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. The word itself comes from the Latin word meaning tree or trunk. They are sometimes referred to as fat plants. The Caudex are mainly low-maintenance succulents and can easily be grown in the home. I have 5, of course, again. Now, caring for these plants, watering them, you have to be very careful because they retain water in their stump. And so you want to just mist on occasion. You cut the watering way back during the winter, fall and winter, and then just feed it as you would a regular succulent, so maybe quarterly or so. They like full light, but not direct sun. So some Caudex plants prefer light shade. Temperature can range anywhere from 10 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees. During the winter, 50 degrees should be fine in most desert species. The elephant foot, which is one of the ones that I have, is most commonly known and seen, and it's easy to grow. The mature stem looks like, the base of the stem looks like an elephant foot. Okay, sure. It has curvy leaves. The one I'm going to show you, it went into dormancy in the wintertime, so there are no leaves. They're like really tiny, tiny, tiny leaves on there. And that's okay because it's about to be spring, so it'll bounce back. And so I wanted to also let you guys know that the Caudex plant, the thick, fat stem or trunk with few branches are called pila. The swollen roots or stem is used for water and food storage, allowing the plant long periods of survival without water or other form of nutrients. Caudex plants that I have shared today with you are in the phyla form. They are those plants that have above the ground Caudex and are growing grows from the center of the Caudex substantially and raised above soil level. There are at least 50 species. I didn't know that. I have 5, but I didn't know that there were at least 50 species. So yeah. Also, most Caudex plants are native to Africa, in Asia, and some are found in Australia. I actually ordered my plants from an Etsy seller. So you can check out Etsy. They have lots of different Caudex plants, and just wanted to make sure if you guys are interested where to go look for them. So check out the Etsy sellers. They definitely have the Caudex plants there. So I have found it very interesting growing the Caudex plants, and I really I'm not an expert. You'll see that in a minute, but I love them, and I love the challenge. And so I'm doing different things with them. Like a couple of them I have, a couple of them are in pond. When I moved it to pond, this one particular one just completely just took off. The others are in a bonsai mix, and I'll probably be moving them to pond as well. So without further ado, let's introduce you to our first Caudex plant. And I think I'll go from small to big, or from less impressive to more impressive. How's that? Okay, so this one is called this is the one that they say is the elephant foot, or that looks like an elephant foot. And so you can see the stump there. She's a little dry. I guess she's like, if you want me to grow, you got to water me. So yeah, I'm going to water this guy right now. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to put some water in the water reservoir here. And then I'll pour off. I'll just let her soak in this for a few minutes, and then I'll pour it off. But anyway, so yeah, she's pretty dry there. So this one, when it's full, and I will try and find pictures to put on the screen so that you can see when they're mature. This one, of course, I've had it since around August of 2020. Yes. Excuse me. No, it wasn't August. Anyway, I'll put the date on there. So this is, of course, again, the Dioscorea Elephantipes. So that's what this one is. And I'm going to bring it as close as I can to the screen. They're very, very tiny leaves. Can you see that? I don't know. There we go. Those tiny leaves, I think all of the leaves came off in the wintertime. And so it's starting to push out little bitty leaves and new green stems and everything. So hopefully that means that it's on its way back out of dormancy. Again, this is the Elephantipes, Dory, and I will put all of the names on the screen, and I also will have them in the description. Okay, and so the next one that I have, this one, when it came, this one is called, that's the Sinningia. This is called the Sinningia Leucotricha, something like that. Okay. Anyway, this is her now. In the fall, or in the growing season, this particular plant has these stems stick straight up, and they're full. Now, because I'm still learning about these plants, I wasn't sure if I should just cut these off or leave them on, so I left them on for this year. They're still green. They're just very droopy, and I had it trellised around this little pole here, but somehow it came off. But anyway, I had it something like that, but it may be about to come off altogether. But anyway, it also has a very fat trunk, and I have it growing in this bonsai mix in a second cup, and it's got some roots down there and a lot of algae, so I'm gonna have to clean that out after this video. And so this guy is very beautiful again when they're in the prime growing season. And so I will keep you guys posted. I'll probably just post a picture once we're in the spring and summer in the height of the growing season, and show you what compared to this. I'm going to snap this picture, and then I'll have another one. Okay, and so the next plant, This was, again, my first Caudex plant. It's called the Stephania Erecta. And this guy kind of threw me for a loop. She put out this long vine. This is the second vine. There was another vine here, and then this vine. And so I was about to, let me just show you what she looks like. So this is the Stephania Erecta. And so I'm planning to trellis her around like so. But I was debating whether to take the leaves off of this girl or not. And so in my research, I found that you can just, when the leaves start to yellow, you can just snip them off with a clean pair of shears. So I'll probably do that, but not the stem. Like, it didn't say just snip off the stem. And so she, of course, is in the bonsai mix that I was talking about. And she's pretty well rooted in there, and she's not mushy. There's no sign of rot. And it took, when I got her in December, it took about, I want to say 3 months before I saw anything. And then I saw that when I put her in a cloche and gave her some more humidity, I saw the tiniest little green stem that came out. And that was out of the first side of it. So there's when you get it, there's like, it's hard to know which side is up, but there'll be like almost like a flat side to it. If you see anything protruding, that's typically the top of the plant, and you want to plant that part up, and then the roots will come, of course, from the bottom. So Stephania Erectica. And I am going to be, after this video, cutting off these yellowing leaves. I'm going to wrap the stem around a trellis, and just I'm going to pot her up in pond, and I may film that and show you guys that, but the Stephania Erectica. Okay, now this one is called the Sinningia Bullata. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now this girl, she is mad crazy. Look at those roots in there. I'm definitely about to do some plant care for all of my Caudex plants, because as you can see, they are doing great. So I put this guy, she was in this small pot. I can't do it. I can't do it right now. So I'll have to do it later. I put her in my Starbucks cup. But that cup on the inside, the roots have gone through that cup and into the bottom of the leca, which I had just kind of as a water reservoir, and to continue. But it's time to up pot her now. She is in leca. No, I'm sorry. She is in pond with the leca at the bottom. And this girl is beautiful when she blooms. The leaves under the bottom, the longer, fuller leaves that you're seeing, these all came out this season. Matter of fact, a couple months ago, I started getting all of the new. The original leaves underneath there are kind of dying off. I don't know if I should cut it. I think they kind of support the plant, so I won't take them off. I think they'll just have to sort of fall off on their own. But then I started getting all of these big, beautiful leaves coming out of this girl. And so, of course, again, she is root bound. She needs some water. So I'm going to give her a little water now, and then that way when I get ready to take her out of this pot and up pot her, it'll loosen the roots that's kind of holding her down in there. But again, the Sinningia Bullata is the name of this one, and she has that elephant type foot at the bottom with the big caudex, and she retains water there, but she's very dry. How did she get so dry? Okay, but anyway, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. I feel so bad. I didn't know they were so dry. I'm just gonna really water her down so she can, I don't want to take her out when she's all dried like that. Anyway, so that's her. And then the last, and I said Phyllanthus mirabilis. I know I'm jacking these names up. Charge it to my head, not my heart, okay? This girl, when she came in, she had no leaves on her. It was just the caudex, just the bulb. And I potted her up, and within a couple weeks, and I'll see if I can find that picture, she just started to blossom. She started putting out these runners with these leaves. And here, this is a new one since I changed her to pond in the center there. That's new. Let's see if we can focus in. Hide my eyes and we can focus in. There we go. So that's all new. And then these had started to yellow. I thought they were going to all fall off, but a few did, but most of them did not. And so I just kind of left her. They all live in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which is a good thing because the humidity is great in there and they're loving it there. So we'll leave them in the greenhouse cabinet and just have to watch the roots. And now that I see that they're if I put them in pond and they start growing crazy, I need to be mindful of the watering. Again, they do retain water in their bulb, if you will. So you don't have to be extremely concerned with watering, but you also don't want to neglect the watering. You gotta give it some water. And the other thing that you can do, you can just spritz it from time to time. If you not sure if you recently watered it and you don't want to overwater it, the spritzing will be enough because the plant will soak up that water. And so just remember to give it enough light, humidity, water, be careful with the watering. And so I said light, temperature. The temperature, it just depends. Like some people I've seen they have these plants growing outside of the cabinet, and you can do that as well. But like just on a shelf, my plants just seem to do better in the cabinet, so I'm gonna leave it there. So again, these are all Caudex plants, and they're kind of a little different and kind of, most people would say weird looking, but I like them. I love them immediately when I saw them, and I knew it was something that I wanted to have a part of my collection. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because I rarely talk about my Caudex plants. You know, we talk about all of the other rare plants that we have, and I just wanted to pop on here really quickly and share my journey with my Caudex plants and how they're doing. And I will do an updated video, you know, if there's any major, things happen with them or whatever. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will consider getting a Caudex plant and just, start with one. That's what I did. I started with the Stephania Erecta and then loved it and just immediately wanted all of the others. And I just started researching it and made a wish list for my Caudex plants. And so now I'm pretty well satisfied. I don't really feel like I need another one. I just need to maintain what I have. Now, if I see something that's really different, then I forgot to tell you, when this guy blooms, they're beautiful orange blooms. This one has never bloomed for me, but maybe this is my year. I don't know. There looks like another growth point down there. That would be wonderful. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if that's what happens. And I might have to trellis her up or something because she's getting top heavy. But we'll see. I might have to just put a stake in it, not trellis, but a stake. Be kind of hard to trellis this guy, but a stake. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about the fuzzy leaves on this guy. They're very fuzzy. That was interesting. It's kind of, anyway. Okay, so I don't want to prolong the video, so I'm going to end it here, but thank you so much for joining me. Again, please like, subscribe, comment at the bottom, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.